Hello, and welcome to Fortress, Alaska. I'm your host, Dave, and today we're going to be talking about the poor man's werewolf defense and demon defense because it is Halloween, and this is the time for both werewolves and demons. None of this, however, will work for vampires, so that's a whole nother issue and a whole nother video, but tonight we are just going to talk about how to prepare yourself for both werewolf and demon defense. So let's get started. So, the poor man's solution to silver bullets, because I live in Alaska and shipping of bullets, you have to order an awful lot of bullets to get that shipping to be cost effective. And silver bullets are hard to come by. So I have to buy like a couple cases of ammo and then have them throw in a silver bullet, and that's just really expensive. So my solution is to use sovereign silver, which is basically microscopic silver particles suspended in water. Actually, I use this as a natural cure for a problem my cat has. And since it works, I know it's not a placebo because the cat doesn't know she's even getting medicine, but yet this has eliminated a lot of her issues. So at least works for the cat. And she's too old for other things because she's pushing 20 years old. Anyways, werewolves are highly allergic to silver because it is an antibacterial solution. And actually the werewolf virus can be also driven out with silver. So this will stop them from healing and allow them to bleed out when you shoot them. So this is how you handle adding sovereign silver to your bullets. So your typical carry pistol has about 15 rounds in it. So that's what we'll do up in here. And I'll demonstrate what you do to help keep the werewolves away. Now, it doesn't necessarily keep them away unless they can smell the silver in your bullets. But should you have to shoot a werewolf, a standard bullet isn't going to do it for them. So you put a little of the sovereign silver in each hollow point. Now there is an issue that it doesn't naturally just want to drop down into the hollow point. So I just put a bead on each one. I'm just going to do 15 here so we don't have to tie you up forever. But just put a drop in each one. And now the next step is to help that bead of water get down into the hollow point. So what I do is I take a bent paper clip, so I have that nice straight edge, and I just tap it down, and that gets the water to flow into the hollow point instead of just staying beaded up on the top. Get that water down in there. Like I said, I'm just going to do 15 here, which is the typical mag capacity for a carry gun. And so you just do that, help that water to get down into that hollow point. So hang on and we'll do the next step. Okay, we have the water all pushed down in the appropriate places and the air out. So all you do then is you go back in and you top them off. Make sure they're topped off, and it's granted, there's not a lot of silver here, but it stops the werewolf from healing, and so he's bleeding and he's hurt. So even if it doesn't kill him, he'll change his mind about bothering you, and that's really the important thing. And the other thing you have to think about too is, should you happen to have to kill a werewolf, remember after he dies he turns back into a human form, and since werewolves don't wear clothes, he'll be naked. So if the police question you why you shot a naked man chasing you while you're out at night, I don't think you have an issue explaining that. And you say, well, there's a naked man chasing me, so I shot him. That sounds justifiable to most people. But you'll also be saying, but Dave, what good is that against demons? Well, here's the catch. Medicine for your cat, very easy to get a priest to bless it. Anything blessed by a priest can be used for demon defense. Also, you could also just get some holy water, available at every Catholic church. Get some holy water, give a small donation to the church. Just add holy water to the bottle. Then you'll also have holy water in the tips. And when it dries out, all those blessed molecules, any of the contaminants in the water are blessed by a priest, and they stay in the hollow point tip. And that way, when you shoot a demon, the demon will be destroyed because he'll be being shot with something that's been blessed by a priest. So now what we do is we just let them sit and dry, and we'll show you what they look like later. So it has been a couple of hours, and as you can see, you can distinctly see the ones that I've put the sovereign silver in as opposed to the row that has had nothing done. So you can leave them like this, or as I do, is I tend to give them a couple more fillings to get a little more silver in there, because the more silver, the better you will do against the werewolf. And that's the key. And also, with a little bit more silver, there's also a little bit more holy water. And that's what deals with the demons, because silver alone isn't going to do anything against a demon. Now, if you have trouble with fairies, you just need iron for that. And, well, all metal has iron in it. Well, all steel has iron in it, I guess. Not all metal, but all steel. So anyway, just put another drop in there. Let it soak in, get a little more silver, a little more of that holy water dry in there. And I will be good for dealing with werewolves and demons as Halloween approaches. Or actually it is Halloween as you're watching this. So once again, I've cleared out any of the air bubbles and I've topped them off and let them dry for a second round to get, like I said, just a little more silver in there and a little more holy water so that we'll be safe from demons and werewolves. We have 3 9mm bullets here. From left to right, we have the standard one where I've done nothing to the inside. You don't see anything in there. This 9mm had 1 drop put in and allowed to dry out. And this one is my completed one where I've done the drops series 3 times of putting in the Sovereign Silver and Holy Water solution in here. So it's gone through 3 times, so it's got a little bit more buildup of the silver in there. Once again, the silver keeps the werewolf from healing, allows him to bleed out. Whether or not it's enough to actually kill him, I don't know, but he'll at least be in pain and want to run away. So just to give you an example of what the different looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish that entire box of 50 off to be like this one here. But just to show you what it looks like after 1 drop and what it looks like when you haven't done anything, so all side by side. I have finished with all 50 rounds. So that should be about a month and a half worth of ammo, because I do periodically change out my ammo when I go to the range. So now that I'm entering the Halloween season, and basically it is werewolf season, so I am set. I now have silver defense rounds. While not as good as pure silver, it will help out, give me a little bit of an advantage. And since I also had holy water in there, that makes it also good should I run across any demons. Now, the question comes up, can't you just have a priest bless, I can't speak today. Can't you just have a priest bless your silver bullets? Then you're good for pretty much anything. Well, if you know a priest who's willing to do that, more power to you. I don't think I would ask a priest to do that. So anyways, so here's where we are. Now, we have one other issue. Wolfsbane. Wolfsbane or monkshood. It is a real plant. It exists. I'm going to show you some video on it here in a minute. But here's the thing to remember. Wolfsbane or monkshood is more toxic to humans than it is to werewolves. It is extremely toxic. The toxin is transdermal. People have died just from weeding their gardens, weeding out the monkshood. So, don't be rubbing monkshood or wolfsbane on your body like you see in movies. That is all wrong. That is a good way to cause yourself to die. So, don't pay attention to the movies. You cannot rub wolfsbane on your skin. You will die. It has a neurotoxin that is transdermal. So, just touching it can be a problem. So, I'm going to run a video and show you what wolfsbane or monkshood looks like. This is monkshood, also known as wolfsbane. The poison is transdermal, so no, you shouldn't really be handling it. It's what keeps werewolves away. Well, now that you have seen what monkshood, otherwise known as wolfsbane, looks like, I am serious. Don't touch it. It is not safe. It really is highly toxic and transdermal to both humans and werewolves, much more so to humans. Many more humans have died from monkshood than have werewolves. So now you know the basics for making the poor man's werewolf and demon defense. Fortunately, I haven't had any run-ins lately, so I'm not sure how well it works, but it gives me an advantage over, straight bullets alone. And like I said, it's hard for me to get real silver bullets here because shipping to Alaska is an issue. Shipping ammo is quite the deal here. Now, many of you are thinking now, but Dave, what about vampires? Well, what I have to say is that, vampires probably don't exist. I've just never actually seen one. But then again, maybe they do. Although I've heard, the rumor that the biggest advantage vampires have is that people don't believe they exist. So I don't know. But I have some ideas, and maybe at a future episode, of how to have vampire defense. Because I don't think walking around carrying a wooden stake is going to do it, because that's basically hand to hand. Apparently, the movie's never tried wooden shaft arrows, which to me would be a good choice, or wooden shaft spear, But personally, I don't think the stake through the heart thing really works. But once again, I don't really believe in vampires. So, as always, like and subscribe. Please add comments and have a very happy Halloween and get out shooting.